What is up everyone, welcome back to my channel, Hattie here, and today I'm going to be doing a Q&A for you guys.
Turn up.
So yesterday I put up a little question box over on my Instagram, so make sure if you're not already to go and follow that. But yeah, I put up a question box and I did like a normal one and also an anonymous question box because we all know everybody loves to be nosy whilst hiding. So I did both and I also actually asked a few weeks ago as well. I did the same one, but I never got around to filming this. So I've got quite a few questions, a little bit of a mix of everything in there. I've had a look at a few of them, not all of them, so I'll see what we've got. But yeah, make sure to go and check out my Instagram, give it a follow, keep up to date over there because I post all sorts on there with regards to updates on bodybuilding, my general life, modeling, all sorts. Go check it out. Let's get into it. So first question, favorite leg exercise. Okay, I think it actually depends on my mood and also like how I'm feeling and if I'm like ready fueled, if I'm dieting off season, because it can affect like how well and much I can lift. But I think if I would have to choose one, it would probably be the leg press because you can just be so versatile. Like there are different variations of a leg press anyway, but you can also on a dual leg press, you can make it glute biased, quad biased, you can do a single leg movement, so you can kind of mix it up a little bit. And in my current training split as well, I do a mix of top set and back off, I do clusters on there, I do it banded as well, so I think that's probably my number one at the moment. Yeah, I think so. My favourite actual leg press machine is probably the pivot press up in Ultraflex Derby. So I normally do my leg day split, which has the leg press on it, I normally do on a Sunday. So myself and peers tend to go up on a Sunday every week when we can anyway, and we will go and train there for the weekend. And it just means as well, because if I am going heavy, then I have a spot there, and he tends to train legs on a Sunday as well. So yeah, it's a good little session. So I think that was my favourite exercise and then my favourite machine for leg press as well. What was your surgery for? So, for those of you that don't know, I have actually documented it all on my channel, so if you have missed out, go back and give it a watch. But a month ago now, I think it's a month anyway, I had upper blepharoplasty done, which is basically, in simple terms, eyelid reduction surgery. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on it here because obviously there is a whole entire video on it all, both on the surgery day itself and also my week's recovery post-op. But I grew up extremely self-conscious of my eyes, just a personal thing, you know, everybody has insecurities. However, it got to the point that I almost trained myself to raise my eyebrows so I could open my eyes more and effectively see more. So it got to the point that my eyes felt so heavy that when I wasn't lifting them, I just felt like I couldn't see properly. And because I was raising my eyebrows all the time, I had the worst tension headaches ever, just 24/7 all the time, unless I was asleep. It got to the point it was just not comfortable anymore. So yeah, I decided to go through with the procedure. I've been wanting to get it done for years, so very glad I have got it done. I personally went to Signature Clinic in their Birmingham branch, shout out. Also, if you want a little bit of discount on any possible procedures that you might want, you can use my code TIE100 and you can grab yourself £100 off any chosen treatment. I had my surgery done with Dr. Sheriff. Shout out Dr. Sheriff. Honestly, he was amazing. Great, just looking after me, doing the procedure, amazing job. And yeah, the whole team there have really looked after me, even in the post-op process of it all. But yeah, so that's what it was. I had eyelid surgery, essentially. For me personally, I'm not going to go into it because there is a whole nother video, so go and check that out. Next up, your favourite type of training and your biggest inspiration. That's a good one. I mean, by favourite type of training, I presume you mean, like, for me it's weightlifting. You can have like different training in terms of running, CrossFit, bodybuilding, powerlifting. I presume that's what you mean. So I'm gonna say bodybuilding because that's what I do. Haven't actually tried any other form of training. Whether or not I will further down the line, I don't know. It's not on my immediate plans. It doesn't really interest me to do anything else, to be quite honest. I'm happy doing my split of like 3 times a week. Upper, I do 2. I do push and pull. And then obviously I have my cardio days, more so when I'm dieting, which is now. So yeah, that's about it. My biggest inspiration, that's a tough one. That's a really, really tough one. I don't know. I guess in terms of bodybuilding, biggest inspiration would, I mean, I've got to say Francielle, you know, how could I not? So Francielle is actually a Wellness Olympia winner, 3-time reigning champ, unreal physique, absolutely unreal, and she is stunning. She's absolutely gorgeous. But I'm excited to see actually this year's Olympia because there's a few other people in the running, I think, for a very, very competitive top 5 lineup within the wellness division. So I'm excited to see that. So I'd say in bodybuilding terms, probably Francielle. And then I don't know, like I have personal people that I am inspired by, like a family. I don't know, I think my granddad is a massive inspiration of mine just because his work ethic, the stuff that he's gone through. I lived with him for 2 years as well. We are so close. Like he is literally like my best friend. I adore him, I love him to bits. And also like my dad as well, he has been a super good role model recently. But my mum as well, like it's so hard to say. I think, yeah, there's many role models within my life, but I'd say if I were to give 2 top people, it would be Francielle in terms of like just goals for within bodybuilding, and then also my granddad because he's just someone that I look up to in terms of how he carries himself, his outlook on life, how he deals with things. Not so much recently, but that's, you know, that's just getting old. Yeah, absolutely love my little grandpa to bits. So I'm gonna say those 2 people. Next one, totally admire your relenting pursuit to your craft of gym, OnlyFans in such a judgmental world. Thank you. I mean, everyone is always gonna have an opinion and you're not gonna be able to please everyone in life. So my motto and what I'm still learning, but I have kind of embraced more over the last probably year to 2 years, is just do what the fuck you want. Like, why spend your time living your life for someone else that you're never really gonna have any interaction with? They have no impact on your day-to-day life. Like, why should you let the thought of someone else hinder what you are capable of and what you can make your life? Do you know? So with regards to that, like I'm always going to pursue bodybuilding. Like everyone has their opinion, especially on here as well. Like I get a lot of mixed comments with regards to my physique. Like some people think I'm too big, some people think I'm too small, I'm too imbalanced, which another thing within the wellness division, my whole thing is I am actively trying to be disproportionate, imbalanced, bigger on the bottom half as opposed to my upper. I still, don't get me wrong, I still need to grow my upper, but that is the point. And people will always have their own opinion, which it is what it is. You know, I actively choose to post stuff on the internet and I know that in doing so, I'm gonna have a response whether I like it or not. So that's my choice and you need to take that on the chin as well. I think when people post, they just expect like all the love and support, which yeah, of course it was nice and I think everybody should be supportive of other people, and if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But there's always going to be someone that doesn't agree with what you do or potentially judge how you look or anything like that. So it's just got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm so happy and comfortable in myself as a person. Like I have got to the point where you can say what you want to say about me and it doesn't bother me. Like genuinely, I'm not bothered at all. I'm happy, I've got a really, really comfortable life. I'm so lucky, I'm so grateful. I'm making my life what I want. I have so much freedom and flexibility. I'm pursuing what I want. I can go on holiday when I want. I can do things. And yeah, I mean, in different lines of work, you haven't always got that flexibility. So yeah, I appreciate that you are admiring that from me. It means a lot. But yeah, it does take time, and I think when people realise that you just need to live your life how you want to, then it becomes easier, as it were. What's your rep PR for squats, hack squats, or leg press? I mean, the heaviest set for reps ever. Thanks. So, I mean, I don't do barbell back squats. I don't do hack squats. I used to, and I just threw a tantrum every time because it doesn't suit me very well. The load goes through my back too much. So I swapped it for pendulum. So the only squat variation for a compound I have are pendulum squat, and then also like a squat press for leg press, and then single leg split squats, things like that. So back in the day, when I was a little ego lifter, you know, we've all been there, done that. The 45-degree leg press, I worked up, I'm not going to show anything because it's not worth it. Plus, I don't even know if I still have the videos, to be honest. But I did, in fact, reach 10 plates aside. However, form was in the gutter. The actual execution of the movement was just, it wasn't even worth doing it. Was I going to be building muscle? No. It's just that thing, you know, it's just an ego thing. When you get into the gym, you first start lifting, you want to be able to lift heavy. Girls are the same as guys, like, trust me, everybody's the same. Gym people are the same. So now that I'm actually executing the lift properly, and I have swapped from the 45-degree press to the pivot squat press, I am comfortably sitting about 7 plates aside. I don't track my lifts like properly. I don't logbook, so I couldn't tell you how many reps is my max. I don't know. I have got 8 plates aside before, but again, my form does drop off the heavier that you go when you're not kind of like building on it consistently. So I'd say I'm comfortably at about 7 plates aside on a leg press, about 8 to 12 reps, depending on if it's a good day, how I'm feeling, how like stressed I am, how much sleep I've had, and all of that. So that is probably my best. And then pendulum, it depends on the pendulum that I use, the brand, which gym I go to. For example, if I use the gym at like my local one, removing the weight of the machine, because again, they're all different weights, I think my max is 50 kilo on top. Reps, again, I don't know. I think I'm probably about 6 to 7 reps on my own. And then when I'm being spotted, another 1 to 2 maybe. And then the likes of Derby, I like the Gym Leco one there, and I can probably get 55 kilo on top of that. And again, probably similar reps. So I like to keep my reps between 8 to 10 at my top set. I don't really like to go under that. That's me personally. If I get anything less than 6, then why am I lifting that weight? That's what I think. But yeah, so that's probably like my PR. I mean, I don't do 1 rep max. I don't do anything like that. I'm not building for power. I'm not a power lifter. So my personal bracket of reps is like 8 to 10 on a top set. So yeah, if that makes sense. How much can you squat is similar. Again, I don't barbell back squat, so it's based on pendulum squat, which again, roughly about 50 kilo on the machine. Do you think about visiting Brazil one day? You are one of the most beautiful I have ever seen. Thank you. I would love to visit Brazil. Like, there's so many places that I want to go on holiday to and visit, and just, I would love to travel the world at some point because there is an endless list of places that I want to go to. But yeah, for sure, Brazil and like New Zealand. I would love to go backpack traveling around like Thailand and Bali and places like that, and all the little cute islands. I'd love to go to the States. Yeah, you get the gist. I want to travel. What is your zodiac sign? I am a Virgo. Big up Virgos, we're the best. How much does your stack cost monthly? I'm not going to go into this personally, just because I am sponsored by Strom Sports Nutrition, best supplement company, if I do say so myself. So make sure that you do go and check them out, because they have such a versatile range of products. Not everything I take, because I don't need it all, but from their The main things I have are Support Max Joint, Support Max Neuro PM version, Focus Max, Vascumax is a main one. Have used the Stimumax in the past, I don't tend to use it. Again, I've also got some Velocity wear. Yeah, I use so many different things. If you want to go and have a look, check out their website, and then they have also got a breakdown in terms of all the actual products that they do, everything like that. I obviously also have other things in my stack, like it's not just supplements. I am also assisted, so I do use that as well. So if you have any questions regarding that, drop me a message on Instagram. But I mean, I can't really give an accurate answer because I am sponsored, so yeah, but go check out Strong. How tall are you? I am 5'7". That is a very, very common question I get. Also in my comments as well, when I do like physique checks, 5'7". Could we get a Vinted, Boutique LA or Fashion Nova YouTube haul next, please? Absolutely. I was actually having a look at the Fashion Nova stuff, and some of their things are unreal. I love. I've definitely got a few brands in mind that I want to try for my next try on haul, because I do need to do another one. Not that it's an excuse to buy more clothes, but if you guys think of anything, drop it in the comments. Let me know kind of like if there's a particular brand that you want to see, perhaps one that I haven't seen or tried or heard, if it's popular, if it's something that's like not so well known, let me know. I'm definitely open to trying different things. What is next? Will you ever full on sex scene on your OnlyFans? Maybe you'll have to subscribe and go and have a look and ask me on there. That's probably going to be the best way to find out. Do you use any presets on your photos? I mean, in terms of the photos that I take, anything that you see of a personal photo, I am not a photographer. I know the absolute bare minimum when it comes to using a camera, and sorry photographers out there, I use auto. I don't shoot in manual just because for the content that I get, which is predominantly in the gym, I can't be bothered setting it all up. You know, I literally put my camera on a tripod and I film, and then that's it. And then obviously when I'm taking photos, if Piers is taking them as well, there's no point going down that route trying to teach that man anything. So I do use auto. I definitely need to get more into relearning the basics and actually how to take a photo, but it's just time. That's all it is. It's just time. So maybe one day. Favorite leggings? Well, I mean, I've recently gone back into Gymshark. Now, I did have a bit of a thing for them years and years ago, and then I just thought, oh, it's too expensive, I just don't want to, but I've recently got back into them. As you can see, Gymshark top and Gymshark shorts are on, but I've got more Gymshark shorts than I have leggings. The ECT, or ECHT, however I say ECT, it is an Australian brand. They have always done me well. So Muscle Active, again, I am also sponsored by, so you can use my code HATTIE10 at checkout to grab yourself 10% off. So go and have a look at the website. I prefer Muscle Active for the all-in-one jumpsuits. I absolutely love them. Like in the winter when it wasn't bloody scorching and I'd sweat, like literally I walk into the gym, now it's summer, I walk into the gym and I'm sweating. So in the summer, in the winter, the jumpsuits from Muscle Active are my absolute favourite. But yeah, I'd say my top brands would be Gymshark, ECT and Muscle Active. They're the ones that I tend to go for. What was the productivity hack that helped you with consistency in the gym for you? This is a really, really hard one because it's very person dependent. So for me personally, obviously with the goal of getting on stage, that is what gives me my motivation, as it were, and discipline to be consistent. If you want to reach a goal, if you want to achieve anything in life, you have to be consistent. You can't just do one thing and expect a miracle to happen, then overnight like everything just falls into place and you're where you want to be and everything happens correctly. Like otherwise life would just be easy. So in terms of productivity, I'm still learning. I can really, really struggle, especially now being self-employed and running my own business and that side of things. In terms of productivity, I found it really, really hard, but I've tried to get into this routine of like, get everything done in the morning in short bursts, and I can have like a 15-minute break in between. And for me, that personally helps because it doesn't mean that I'm doing like 6-7 hours of work solid and then just feeling burnt out and then not wanting to do anything. So I tend to find that short periods work really, really well to get stuff done. That's me personally. In relation to the gym, I love the gym. I genuinely love training, so that actually really helps with me, but sometimes you can't be bothered to go, and there are days, don't get me wrong, there are absolutely days that I couldn't think of anything worse than going to the gym. However, in my head I just think, well, is having this time off going to help me reach my goals? No. So you just gotta pull your big girl thong on and just do it. Just gotta give yourself a pep talk, basically. I mean, that's not really helpful, I know, but as long as your goal and your end destination is a big enough kind of motivator for you, that tends to help. Hey, sorry for bothering you, but you already feels any changes with the cycle that you already started. So in regards to, I presume, Primo, obviously I did do a video to state that I was taking a performance enhancing drug, and that in particular one was Primo. I will be doing another in-depth version of like a video update in regards to how I personally found Primo. I'm not on it at the moment, I just did my first 6-week cycle, and I really benefited from it. I didn't have any negative side effects. I noticed some good improvements in terms of strength, pumps in the gym, performance in the gym especially, just feeling better, recovery was better. There was a lot of benefits. Didn't notice anything negative, as I said, so it worked really well for me and my body, and it just reacted well, I guess. Obviously I've only done 1 cycle. I do plan on doing more. I am waiting to get my bloods done next week to make sure everything is in check and we are all good, because obviously I am very careful when it comes to my health, as careful as can be, as safe as possible. There was nothing kind of negative to explain, but I will be doing a full breakdown video soon. How do you get motivated to cook food in advance? I'm very lucky in the sense, because I work from home, I very rarely prep food in advance anymore. I cook it all fresh. I tend to kind of just cook it when I need to, unless I am going away, in which case I tend to then just prep for the day, and it's just a case of my goals are that important to me that it's just a thing that you do, you know. In terms of cooking food, I put it on par as, you know, having a shower. Like, it's just something that you do. You brush your teeth, you have a shower, you prep your food. Like, that's all it is. My food is the exact same every single day. I am dieting, so food is low, so it's a little bit less food to cook. But I mean, it's not really like I need to motivate myself to do it. It's just a thing that I do. If I was working in an actual like 9 to 5, actually, well, I used to work full on shift work, and I would prep all my food for 3 to 4 days in advance, and I'd do 1 day where I'd literally just bulk cook 2 or 3 meals, because I wasn't on like an actual meal plan as such. So I'd pick some nice meals that I liked. I didn't track like to a T, but I would find some good meals that would, you know, fit me well for lunch or dinner, and I'd prep them all, and then I'd freeze some of them and then have them in the fridge as well, ready for work. But I've never had to motivate myself to prep food, because it's always just been something that I just have to do, so I don't really think about it. What's your favorite micro bikini to wear? I don't have any. My bikinis are all thong based, and I did do a try on haul actually, which was a Shein try on haul, and a majority of the bikinis that I've been wearing recently are from that. So go and check that out. But yeah, a lot of my bikinis, probably the ones that I have now, are from Shein. I feel like I need to do another one. I'm going on holiday in December, so maybe I'll get some new ones. If you guys have any recommendations as to where to shop for swimwear, then let me know in the comments, and maybe I can do another try on haul for that as well. So let me know. Would you consider tattoos, and if you got another, where would you get it inked? So yes, I have actually got tattoos at the moment, and I've got one on my wrist, I've got one, I don't know how well you can see, one on my side, and then I've also got one on the back of my ankle. Now, all of my tattoos match with another person. I'm not going to go into details who, or actually it doesn't matter. Okay, so one of my tattoos matches with an ex, and the other tattoos match with a best friend that I used to have. So yeah, the tattoos that I have at the moment, ideally I would like to have them all lasered off. Now it's just time and money basically to go and get it done, and I'm a little wuss when it comes to certain pain, and I'm a bit concerned about how painful it's going to be. when I was younger, always said, I don't want any tattoos. If I do, it's gonna have to mean something. And naive 17-year-old me, 18-year-old me, sorry, was in a relationship and he had a load of tattoos, and I thought, you know what? What better person to go and get a tattoo with than you? Because we're together and you've got loads. I know, let's get it matching as well. So that happened. Obviously we're not together anymore. It is what it is. I mean, I chose the design, I chose where I wanted it. So I don't really associate it too much, nor with the other ones. I just kind of like forget that I have them. However, when it comes to modeling, especially art nude photography, the one on my side bothers me a lot, and just the idea of having it there, I don't want it there. I do plan to have them removed. I don't plan to have any other new tattoos anytime soon. That's not to say I won't in the future, but for the time being, whilst I'm still modeling, I personally don't want any others. I do wish I'd thought a little bit more about, you know, before I got them done, but we're all young and naive at one point, and yeah, here I am with some tattoos that I no longer want, which is great. How do you keep your bikini line so smooth for shoots? I have got no regime other than use a men's razor, because they tend to be a hell of a lot better than women's, and also men's shaving foam. That's all I use. I probably could do better when it comes to like care of my skin, but that's what I shave my legs with as well. And like, it's not like literally smooth, like I'm still a girl, it still gets bumpy, and like, yeah, I mean, I don't really have any kind of like hacks or certain in particular products or anything like that. So again, any advice, any girlies out there who have like top products to use for intimate shaving, let me know, because I do not like waxing. I tried bikini waxing. Oh my God, that hurt like a bitch. Never again. See what I mean? I can't handle pain. So that was a no. What is the strangest request you've ever had? I presume we mean on OnlyFans. Oh my God, there is a daddy long legs in here. Please go away. Oh no, I'm gonna have to touch it to get it out. Oh. Oh, bloody hell. I really don't want to do this right now. Come on, I don't want you in here. Let's get out. Oh, yeah, if I touch you, I'm gonna bloody pull a fucking leg off. Oh, disgusting. Sorry about that. I don't do spiders, FYI, I do not do spiders. So that was pretty gross. Anyway, where were we? Yes, strangest request. I think the strangest I've had is someone asked me once to shit in a bag. That's probably the strangest. I've also had requests of people wanting me to video myself farting. I wouldn't say I necessarily get many strange ones. A lot of people are very mixed in terms of like wanting to be dominated. They like to feel submissive, so it's like dominatrix style, belittling, humiliating, a bit of a mix, and then obviously like the other side of things as well, and it's like more explicit videos. Yeah, it's such a mix, so that's probably like the strangest request I've had. Thongs, G-strings, or commando. I hate going commando. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. I think as well, if I'm wearing like trousers or something, it just doesn't feel comfortable. I like to wear thongs because I don't like normal pants, because they just give me a wedgie anyway, so I'm like, I might as well just wear a thong, and they look cute, like they look nice, they make the bum look good, if I do say so myself. So yeah, thongs or a G-string, to be fair. Favourite panties? Maybe go and ask on my other page, because I've got lots I can show you. How is your bum so round? Thanks. Well, training and genetics. Obviously my genetics is I store a lot of fat on my lower half, predominantly on my glutes, and I train glutes, or I at least have one exercise of glutes 3 times a week minimum, because I train legs 3 times a week, and in those 3 leg sessions there is always at least 1 glute movement. So yeah, train glutes, genetics, lift heavy, eat your protein. That's pretty much it. This one I did see, this is a good one. Do you ever worry about your OnlyFans career affecting the lives of children you might have in the future, or it affecting your relationship with them, or how they will view their mum? No hate, genuine question. Appreciate it. No hate. I'm not thinking it's like come out in a bad way at all. Me personally, right now, I don't want kids. And I have said this to a few people, and it's really hard because me saying I don't want kids now, I can only base it off what my life is like right now. So I don't know where I'm going to be at in the next 5 to 10 years. So I couldn't say if, okay, yeah, I don't want them now, but in 10 years I want them. I can't see myself being a mum at the minute. So it's really, really hard to put myself in the position of potentially wanting to be a mum later down the line. But if we go with the idea that I do have kids, I personally don't believe that me having my channel and my page on OnlyFans should affect them, and I would do everything to not let it affect them. I have had someone ask me this in person as well once, and I don't think it should matter, you know. Like, I'm going to be doing what I want to do to give my children, if I have them, the best life and support them. I won't take away from how I support them financially, emotionally, physically, anything like that. Like, I would still bring them up the way in which I expect children to be brought up, and I don't think that a job should change that. Obviously I wouldn't actively go out and tell them. There's every likelihood that when they grow up they'd find out, or I'd tell them, or whatever, I don't know. But I would like to think that I would handle it in a way that it wouldn't bother them. And the funny thing is that when I read this, I automatically thought back to an interview that Elle Brooke had with Piers Morgan, and if you haven't seen it, there are clips around and things like that, and he basically had the same opinion, and he asked her, you know, well, what about if you have kids and this, that and the other, and I can't remember exactly word for word what was said, but I do remember Elle's response, and she said, well, then they'll cry in a Ferrari. And you know, it did make me laugh, and I think it's true, you know. There's so many different backgrounds to kids nowadays, and in the past, now, going forward as well. Everyone's upbringing is going to be different. Everyone's going to be exposed to different things. The idea of OnlyFans is very mainstream now. I mean, it's not kind of like, it's not quite normalized, but I think people accept it a lot more, and they are more accepting of the industry and what happens and kind of like why people do it. And you know, I'm not ashamed about doing it. I have so many positive opportunities from doing what I do, and the ability to be very flexible in terms of my life. I'm living comfortably, you know, I've got plans for the future, I'm a business owner. Like, there's so many positive things that have come out of me doing and running the page that I don't regret doing it. So everyone is going to be exposed to different things, and I think there's far worse things for a child to be brought up around than their parent doing OnlyFans. For example, you know, I'm not a drug dealer. I don't do drugs, and like street drugs. You know, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not an abusive person. I'm not physically like or emotionally abusive towards anyone. So I wouldn't be like that to my children. You know, I would still support them. And I think, if anything, being in this situation now, wanting to create such a nice life for myself and my partner, I would want to do just the same if I had any kids. So I wouldn't think it would affect the relationship in any way. You know, they have their opinion. They might not like it. They might not agree with it. Someone mentioned as well, what if they get bullied for it? I'm like, you can't control, and you can't think like the what ifs. You know, it might be an issue. It might not. I might have kids. I might not. So I personally don't think I would allow it to get in the way of any possible relationship I would have with my children, and I wouldn't make it an issue, and if anything I would use it to their advantage to give them a better life. So yeah, that's my personal opinion. This is anonymous, by the way. How does a 1 out of 10 think she is attractive enough for OnlyFans? Well, the funny thing is that one, it's anonymous, and also, how does it then feel knowing that a 1 out of 10 is probably doing better at life than you and having more money, more freedom, flexibility? You literally can't even show your, like, who you are. And it's funny as well, because I'm pretty sure this is the same person that asked similar questions to this in my last question that Q&A that I did, because again I put up an anonymous question box, and the other question that came in, well, I had two that came in directly after this one, and it was, need a Rice Krispie update. Now, if people are unaware, I have a mole at the top of my bum, like right at the bottom of my back. Literally, like, it's not even like in my ass crack, right? It's a mole. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not self-conscious. It is what it is. I really don't care. Like, I'm not bothered. But this person seems to want to make a big deal about it. And they've also asked, How's the severe case of blobma going? Well, it just makes me laugh that people say this as an attack and they think that they're going to get a response because in their mind they probably think that this is what would bother them, so they're going to say it to someone else. Funny thing is, it doesn't bother me. Like, it really, really doesn't. I think the only thing that bothers me personally is when someone gives their opinion stating it like it's factual. I'm all for opinions. I have my opinion, you have yours, they have theirs. It is what it is, that's life. Everybody has different outlooks and perspectives. I get that. And so, on the whole, 99% of the time, like, I'm not bothered by someone's opinion because I'm gonna do me and I'm comfortable doing that. But when you make your opinion sound factual, that's where I have an issue. So when I came out and said that obviously I was starting my first steroid cycle, the amount of comments that I had of people saying, you will turn into a man, you're going to ruin your looks, you're not going to be attractive anymore, I like you as you are now, you're going to like destroy your looks, you're going to this, you're going to that, this is going to happen. And I'm like, I understand certain things within taking steroids and there will be certain potential negative side effects. For example, you know, lowering of your voice, potential more masculine features, things like that. But like, you saying that I'm going to lose my femininity just based off your opinion that you don't like a bodybuilder and how muscular they look, that's not factual. I'm not going to lose my femininity because on the flip side, someone else's opinion is that you look more feminine with muscle and you look more attractive and people prefer the stage lean look. I personally, I respect it, I admire it, I look up to it, but I don't want to be stage lean all year round. Like, that's not my goal. I'm a bodybuilder to compete. But everybody has their different opinions. So when you state your opinion as factual, that's when I will stick up for myself and I'll be like, no. However, when it's just your opinion and you're just trying to like put others down, me personally, I can take it. I'm not bothered. That does not offend me at all. Blobma, cool, whatever. You used the same word last time. I'm really not bothered. Yeah, that's just funny. Like, I don't understand why people feel the need for that. I mean, if that's your entertainment, The funny thing is as well, is that my last Q&A was months ago. So surely you must still be following me because obviously your story's only on Instagram for 24 hours. So joke's on you that you're still following me and that there's only one way that you'd know about my little Rice Krispie because it's not shown on Instagram, it's actually on my other page. So, you know, more fool you. But yeah, that's pretty much the main sort of stuff that I got. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got to know a little bit more about me. And obviously, as I say, make sure to follow my Instagram. You can always message me on there. Reach out if you have any questions, if you want to chat about anything. As always, put it in the comments if there's anything else in particular that you would like to see from me. If it's, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know. I'm literally, I want to keep the channel interesting for you guys. So it could be like food related. Obviously I am dieting at the moment, but if you guys want food related content in the future, then still let me know. Other try on hauls, I don't know, swapping a diet with someone, collabing with certain people if I'm able to. Yeah, let me know, because as I said, I want to keep it fun. If you did enjoy it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss another video from me. Like, comment, share, all of that good stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And other than that, stay